rookie cornerback, and then this burst. I mean, he just ran away from the Bengal defenders.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Street Artist Steelers News Show. This week, we're going to go over what happened in the Atlanta Falcons game real quick, and then we're going to go over this upcoming game against the Denver Broncos. Now, first things first. Last week, game one, we got to win. It's always great to get a win, especially when you're on the road. And one thing I want to point out to y'all, did y'all see that they couldn't even get their own snap count done? They had to go to a silent snap count in their own stadium because of how many Pittsburgh Steelers fans were in Atlanta. That's what we do. That's how we travel. That's how we get down. But first things first, let me look at my notes. Oh yeah, Boswell. All day long, game ball for game one. We couldn't have did it without Boswell. Let's look at what Boswell did. Boswell hit 6 field goals to make all of our points, all 18 of our points. 5 of them field goals was over, four of them field goals was over 40 yards. 3 of them was over 50 yards, the longest being 57. And after our punter got injured, Boswell not only had to perform kicking duties, he had to perform punting duties as well. So shout out to Chris Boswell for the first game. Bro, you get our first game ball against the Atlanta Falcons. You were the offense. Now let's move over to Zach Frazier, who was starting his first game at the center position for us, the rookie. He didn't have a great game. He didn't have a bad game. But what Zach Frazier did do was he didn't play scared. The moment wasn't too big for him, and he played strong and he played powerful. And that's the number one thing you want to do as a new offensive lineman in the NFL. You want to come out, you want to not be afraid, and you want to play hard and smash them out. And Zach Frazier did that. Kudos to Zach Frazier. Now moving right along to Dante Jackson. Y'all know how we got Dante Jackson. We got Dante Jackson in a trade. And in a trade for Deontay Johnson. Dante Jackson showed up big time. He broke up a pass in the first half where he should have had an interception. And then he stalled one of their drives later on in the game with another interception that he almost returned back to the house. So big ups to Dante Jackson on the defensive side of the ball. Now let's move along to Justin Fields. Justin Fields didn't have a great game. He didn't have a bad game. He protected the ball, and there were no turnovers. And that's the biggest thing you want to see out of Justin Fields right now is we can't have any turnovers, man. Just play your game, baby, and everything will go good for you. This week against Denver, it should be the same thing. No crazy trying to fit no passes in there. Drop back, read through your progressions. If it's not there, tuck the ball and run. That's something that you got a leg up on Russell Wilson, seeing as how he's still injured anyway. Do your thing. Don't give the ball up. Tuck the ball and run after you've gone through your progressions, and we should be fine. Then the running back, Najee. Najee was running like beast mode in game number one. Yes, he only had 70 yards, but them 70 yards was 70 tough yards, and he punished the defense. Najee is looking like Najee from a couple years ago. Keep up that work, Najee. Keep pounding the ball out. And Justin Fields, add your stats to the running game. We should be okay. Next is, hey, man, let's go from the first line of defense, the second line of defense, and the third. Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, and Minkah Fitzpatrick. Cam Hayward right now might be the best interior defensive lineman in the game. TJ Watt is by far the best edge rusher in the game. And I am believing that Minkah Fitzpatrick is the best safety in the game. So we doing our thing. Week 1 was a success, but we have to get touchdowns. Can't have any more of these all field goal games. Yes, Boswell was the best kicker in the league, but he cannot be counted on to do this week in and week out. So, great game, game number 1. No turnovers. We got out of there with a victory. Now let's look towards the Denver Broncos. So the Denver Broncos, the formula to beat the Atlanta Falcons will translate into the formula to beat the Denver Broncos. Stop the run, create and long situations, and put the heat on rookie QB Bo Nix. Y'all know the Pittsburgh Steelers, we do not lose to rookie quarterbacks, so we've got to keep that mantra going up. Number two, we gonna need a wide receiver to make plays other than George Pickens. It's a tough matchup against Patrick Surtain this week. Patrick Surtain is one of the best in the game. So with that being said, somebody else playing wide receiver for the Steelers has got to step their game up. And let's get the tight ends more involved this week as well. I know it's Justin Fields, but still, we got to get the tight ends in, and we got to start popping off on that end. Now, Bo Nix, he can scramble the daylight, so defense, edges, we got to set the edge, and we got to get containment, and we got to shore up that interior so he's not allowed to duck it and run and cut through the holes. And once again, our offense was inefficient, and we cannot be inefficient this week against the Denver Broncos. We got to run hard. Justin, stay mistake-free. Somebody else, come on, catch a pass other than George Pickens. Take more shots downfield. And defense, just do what it is that you already do. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers 20, and I got the Denver Broncos 18. So that's week 2, Pittsburgh versus Denver, from the Street Artist Steelers News Show.
Cornerback, and then this burst. I mean, he just ran away from the Bengals.